Right, now majority of Kenyans would still vote for President Uhuru Kenyatta if elections were held today. A new survey conducted by research firm Infotrack shows 45% of Kenyans would vote for Uhuru while 28% support co-leader Raila Odinga. But as KTN's Muremi Mwangi now reports, the popularity ratings show the 2017 presidential contest would most likely end up in a runoff at a time when most of those interviewed said they have little or no confidence at all in the IEBC and the judiciary.
With just 17 months to the August 2017 polls, findings of the latest survey by research firm Infotrack between 6th and 10th March indicate that a majority of Kenyans support President Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election. 44.5 of the 1,800 Kenyans interviewed across 26 of the 47 counties indicated they would vote for Uhuru, while 27.8 said they would throw their weight behind co-leader Raila Odinga. Kalonzo Musyoka came a distant 6th with 2.5, while Deputy President William Ruto came 8th with 1.2. Musalia Mudavadi closed the list at position 10 with a popularity of 0.5%.
We don't have an election taking place. The question, though, that we pose to determine who is most popular is that question. Because if he wasn't popular, for instance, as president, then many people would say they would not vote for him, right? If elections were held today.
But a combined presidential score of Uhuru and Ruto yielded a total of 45.7%, while that of Raila and his two co-principals totals that 1.4, a pointer on the possibility of a presidential runoff in 2017.
We're not saying we're calling elections. We're just trying to ascertain who is popular and whose popularity has dropped, and whether the president is still as popular as he used to be, etc.
But in a statement to Newsroom Sunday afternoon, CORD has dismissed the survey as irrelevant and diversionary and meant to distract Kenyans from the teething problems in the ruling coalition, including corruption and tribalism.
Kazi yao ni kucheza na maisha ya Wakenya. Watajua wakati wao 2032 watajua shida ya kutafuta pesa.
The statistics portray Jubilee Alliance Party as the most popular political wagon with 30.1%, followed by ODM with 26.2%.
Before, in the past, we used to see ODM as the single most popular party. Jubilee has come in and, slightly overtaken CORD by about 4%.
2013 tulifanya serikali hii kupitia muungano wa vyama, lakini 2017 tutaunda serikali kwa mapenzi ya Mungu kwa chama kimoja ya Jubilee ikiongozwa na Uhuru Kenyatta.
The very idea of trying to create a monolith called JAP, one is being resisted all over, two is taking back Kenya to a one-party system.
With all factors pointing to a fierce presidential contest, including the possibility of a runoff, the daunting task now falls on the IEBC and the judiciary, as most Kenyans interviewed in the survey say they have little or no faith at all with the two critical institutions. Muremi Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.
A 68-year-old woman in Ikuya village, Kakamega County, stabbed her husband to death over a plate of githeri he had eaten. Rose Mihanda stabbed her husband twice in the chest, killing him on the spot. Residents of the quiet village were shocked with the deadly incident that had taken place, but pointed out that violence was a normal occurrence in the homestead.
From the outside, this looks like an ordinary home. But for the residents of Ikuya village, it is a crime scene. A 68-year-old woman stabbed her husband to death over a plate of githeri. Rose Mihanda had borrowed the meal from a neighbor, but on returning home from fetching water, she found that her husband had eaten the food, leaving only a small portion for her. What followed was a violent argument that led to the demise of Maurice Otunga, who was stabbed twice on the chest, killing him on the spot. The home stayed a clear indication of the brawl that had taken place. Their stepdaughter, who was washing clothes at the time, had loud screams from her parents' house and rushed to see what was wrong.
Mama kwa mlango hivi na banga akasimama tena kwa mlango, akamuuliza kwa nini unamwaga maharagwe? Hapo tu huyu mamangu naye akatokea nyuma akafanya nini? Kamdunga kisu kwa kifua mara mbili.
Neighbors of the estranged couple claimed that this was not their first domestic fight and that it had become a normal occurrence.
Mama pia alikuwa mlevi. Ndio kuongea kwao hiyo ndio hii maana kizeri. Mama alikuwa ananunua waru na cabbage. Ilifai waru mix kwa kizeri. Hii kizeri yenye alipewa na jirani yake hii. Sasa ndio hii ukovi kanzetu pale. Mzee akaanza kumwaga. Mama anachukua kisu kadunga yeye.
The area OCPD, Joseph Chibi, confirmed that the suspect is under arrest, waiting further investigations before she could be arraigned in court. Mukami Mwaura, KTN News.
The race for the Nairobi gubernatorial race in next year's general elections continues to take shape as more aspirants declare their interest to unseat the current governor, Dr. Evans Kidero. Although no one has declared their intent to challenge Kidero for the ODM ticket as yet, 4 aspirants have already emerged to battle it out for the Jubilee ticket. However, the ruling Jubilee coalition faces an acid test during the nomination process between the current Nairobi Senator Mike Mbuvi Sonko, Dagoretti South MP Dennis Waweru, nominated Member of Parliament Johnson Sakaja, and former Starehe MP Bishop Margaret Wanjiru. And as KTN's senior political affairs reporter Chris Dairu reports, embattled former Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru has opted not to contest in Nairobi.
Nairobi County, the smallest yet most populous of the 47 counties, with a total of 17 parliamentary constituencies, and with 16 months to go before Kenyans exercise their democratic right through the ballot. Already the race for the Nairobi governorship position has started shaping up. With the exit of Kabete MP Ferdinand Waititu, more aspirants affiliated to the ruling Jubilee coalition have declared their interest to unseat the current governor, Dr. Evans Kidero. Of interest is that so far no one has come out to declare interest in challenging Kidero for the ODM ticket.
You need to put together a very significant war chest, financial war chest, before you'd come out to try and contest against Governor Kidero. You'd not be just running against him within the politics of Nairobi, but also within the politics of the party and the politics of the coalition.
And with that, a focus now shifts to the ruling Jubilee coalition as all eyes trail how the coalition will conduct its nomination process. In the lineup for the Jubilee ticket race is Nairobi Senator Mike Mbuvi Sonko, Dagoretti South MP Dennis Waweru, nominated MP Johnson Sakaja, and former Starehe MP Bishop Margaret Wanjiru. According to sources, a complex political web has been woven to see Dagoretti South MP Dennis Waweru clinch the Jubilee ticket.
I do not understand why my candidature has brought in a lot of controversy. There are people who had thought that it will be a smooth ride getting the ticket, and I can assure them that I will give them a run for their money.
Those in the plan argue that Sonko, who happens to enjoy more support from the grassroots level, is not trustworthy and his character will dent the image of the capital city.
I would find it a little difficult to understand why he would now seem to be falling out of grace. He has got the monies, and he has got also bipartisan constituency. People vote for him, especially the youth, regardless that he is in Jubilee.
However, according to political analyst Barak Muluka, Jubilee coalition faces an imminent fallout in Nairobi County if they bungle the nomination process.
And it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible, to actually see these contestants coming together and saying we are all supporting this candidate A who has won the ticket.
Sonko, who garnered the highest votes after presidential candidates Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, seems not perturbed by the plans to deny him the Jubilee ticket as he continues engaging voters at the grassroots level through his initiative, Sonko Rescue Team.
Kazi siwezi wacha kufanyia wananchi. Na kama mnaona nafanya kazi peke yangu, njooni muniunge tufanye kazi pamoja.
Deputy President William Ruto is already on record having stated that the coalition will ensure that the Nairobi governorship position is controlled by a Jubilee leader.
This time round, liwe liwalo, juu chini, kushoto kulia, mbele na nyuma, lazima tupate hii kura ya gavana ya Nairobi.
Sources within the inner circles of embattled former devolution cabinet secretary Anne Waiguru indicated that despite pressure from different women organizations for her to challenge Dr. Evans Kidero, Waiguru has opted not to contest in Nairobi and that she might be contemplating moving to Kirinyaga County. The unity of politicians affiliated to the ruling Jubilee coalition from Nairobi County will be tested in the manner in which the coalition conducts the party nominations. Well, will the exercise be free and fair? Only time will tell. Chris Dairo, KTN News.